I want to give you 10 fundamental contradictions between the New Testament and the Old Testament. After watching this video, you should be able to recognize that the New Testament is just a Greek modification of Judaism. 1. No one can die for another. Ezekiel 18:20 says, "The soul who sins shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be on him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be on him." But 2 Corinthians 5:21 says, "God made him who knew no sin to be sin on our behalf, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God." Number 2, according to Proverbs 17:15, God hates the condemnation of the innocent and the justification of the guilty. But this is the New Testament plan of salvation. Number 3, Proverbs 6:16 says, "There are 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him." Verse 19 says God hates whoever sows discord among the brethren. But Jesus said this was his purpose in Matthew 10:34. "Don't think that I came to bring peace on the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but I came to bring a sword." And verse 36 says, "A man's enemy will be those of his own household." Number 4, Psalm 106:37 says, "Whoever sacrifices their son or daughter is sacrificing to demons." But in the New Testament, God sacrificed his son. So which demon did the crucifixion of Jesus satisfy? Number 5, according to Isaiah 44:24, Yahweh, your Redeemer, the one who formed you in your mother's womb, says, "I am Yahweh who makes all things, who alone stretches out the heavens, who spreads out the earth by myself." But in Colossians 1:16, God did not create all things by himself because Jesus was there helping. Number 6, in Exodus 4:22 and 23, God tells Moses to tell Pharaoh, "Israel is God's firstborn son, and since you will not let my firstborn son go, I will take away your firstborn sons." But John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life." So God had a completely different son in the New Testament. Number 7, concerning the Jewish law, Leviticus 23:41 says, "You shall keep the feast to Yahweh. It is a statute forever throughout all your generations." But Paul said in Galatians 3:24 and 25 that the law was a tutor to bring us to Christ, but now that faith has come, we are no longer under a tutor. So Paul just overrides God and says the law is no longer applicable. Number 8, concerning hell, there is no concept of suffering after death in the Old Testament. Ecclesiastes 9:10 says, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For there is no work, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in Sheol where you're going." But Matthew 13:41-42 says, "The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all things that cause stumbling and iniquity, and will cast them into the furnace of fire, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." Number 9, Exodus 21:17 says, "Anyone who curses his father or mother shall surely be put to death." But Jesus said in Luke 14:26, "If anyone comes to me and doesn't disregard his own father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." Number 10, Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for Yahweh your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." But Jesus himself cried out on the cross in Matthew 27:46 and Mark 15:34, my God, why have you forsaken me?"